Doc Loves the Kids, a local Kitsap County nonprofit organization established in 2015, whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the U in community.
Doc Loves the Kids.
Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy,
where we give you the courtesy of conversation
that's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to catch us every Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time on the Friday Fix. And 1 p.m. every Sunday Pacific time at the Sunday Town Hall. Well, Wesley, the erosion of history and the falling of the American Empire is upon us.
It seems like it's been upon us. And before this even happened, he dialed back on this same person getting a $20 bill with their face on it.
Yeah.
He was the reason why it didn't happen.
I didn't want Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill either.
Why is that?
Because I don't want somebody handing me a $20. America's not ready for that. Someone's going to hand me a $20 bill and all I'm going to have nooses on them around her neck. You know? So here we go. Harriet Tubman webpage targeted amid Trump-led anti-DEI efforts. The National Park Service has removed a quote and an image of U.S. abolitionist Harriet Tubman from a webpage about the Underground Railroad network that helped enslaved people escape captivity. And instead, the page now emphasizes what it describes as black and white cooperation, as Donald Trump presidential administration continues efforts to sanitize the country's history. Previously, the page in question led with the quote from Tubman, who was the most renowned Underground Railroad operative, along with a prominent image of her. However, the revised page no longer includes these elements, and several references to enslaved people and the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, which Tubman, as well as the Underground Railroad, defied, had also been removed. The revised webpage now starts with an image of stamps depicting 5 black and white abolitionists, including Tubman, which text overlay the image that reads black and white cooperation.
So what they're doing right now is erasing history of abolitionists. I mean, that's just what they're doing. They're looking at them like these people should not be a part of history because they don't want people to understand this country and the background of this country. Act like they're afraid to teach you about it now because it make it seem like it weakens their own people by knowing the history that has happened in this country. When really it strengthens everybody in this country to understand the history, understand where we came from, and understand the path that we must never go back down. Because this is exactly what they're trying to lead us back down by erasing history. When you erase history, they say when you don't remember history, you're bound to repeat it. You know, I mean, so
yes. And so for me, I talked about it earlier. Like they're going to come in, and they say it's part of the DEI stuff. How far back? We're going back to 1850. That's how far we're going back. So I mean, it starts with something. It started with something small. They got rid of black. Remember, tried to get rid of the Tuskegee Airmen, tried to get rid of Jackie Robinson. They got rid of parts of the civil rights. Black folks need to understand what's happening to them. You know, what you need to do, and it's the hardest thing for them to do, is come together, make a history book of our own, and then teach that to our children. Because right now what they're doing, they're taking all that stuff out of history because they don't want, because their people are kind of sensitive and they don't want them to feel bad about the history. But when I was in school, as soon as we learned about slavery, they felt proud about it, especially where I grew up at. You know, so yeah. It's pretty crazy, but we need to start making our own history books. We need to start making our own curriculum that we can teach our kids. I had a lady at my house and she thought it was a good thing, DeSantos. She used to live in Florida. She thought it was a good thing that he was going to take slavery out because she was like, when I was a kid and I learned about slavery, it made me feel like a lesser person. I was like, but at the end of the day, that's our history. But they only teach you a piece of our history in school anyways. They'll teach you about Martin Luther King. They'll be like, hey, turn the other cheek and catch that ass whooping. Yeah. But they won't teach you about Malcolm, who says, I'll put a gun in your face to get mine.
Yeah, I mean, and at the same time, if they don't, it's not just our history, it's their history as well. It's where this country came from, how this country started. And it's like what you want to do is try to clean up. Again, this is a rewriting, like you said, what do you say? A sanitization of history, pretty much. What he's telling you is these are the parts we don't like. Let's not talk about this right here. Let's just talk about these other things right here. Black and white cooperation. Well, I mean, I guess he's talking about, to abolish slavery. So he's talking about the abolitionists and that, but I don't see it anywhere else. Everyone knows. We all understand where this country has come from, where this country is, and where this country could possibly go again.
No, they want to go back to it.
You know what I mean?
They want to go back to it. That's all it is.
Absolutely.
If you don't learn from history, you're bound to repeat it. You know what I'm saying? They're making places where they can lock up, brown people in Texas and Louisiana, because that's where they're taking them right now. Mm-hmm. They're erasing our history. And like I said before, if you erase our history, you got to get rid of the people who still know the history.
I mean, so we all see where this is heading. He's starting here with these different kind of, with these museums. I mean, he's also gone to black colleges taking money out of them. He's gone to all colleges taking money out of them. So I'm not just going to say these particular ones, but they're the most underfunded colleges, some of the most underfunded colleges, in the United States. So he's doing this it's all intent. Intent does not just stop at, hey, you know what? We're doing this to kind of clean up things for everyone else, but it's not cleaning up things for us because it doesn't clarify anything for us. But we all know where he comes from. We all know where this is heading. And it's another road that we're going to have to go down with these people until we get to where we want to go, until we start getting out there and voting and taking care of our responsibilities.